Hello and welcome to Alternate Image Raid. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today this was inspired by a video I was watching Ash, and he made this video called his first bomb team ever, and it's this team he's using for Arena, and I realized I had all the champions on that team. It's Gaius the Gleeful, it's Mighty Ukko, it's Souldrinker, and it's Yoshi the Drunkard. And it was a cool team. It looked great, it looked solid, and I thought to myself, with a realistic account, can I actually make that team without being, I'm not going to call him a whale. I don't know what he does in that regard, but a professional level Raid Shadow Legends player that does this for a living. Can a normal account actually make that bomb arena team that can function at high level arena, and not just by picking and choosing weak teams like I do now in my Gold 5? Or can it go into, as he suggests in his video, Gold 5 and 3v3? Because if it can, that'd be great. I could use another good team. So I've been working on getting these champions with some masteries. I haven't spent all of them yet on all of these champions, but I have some points to spend so that they are ready for this video. And part of what I want to do with this is I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to use HellHades Optimizer for this team. I'm going to try to get them geared up as close to the video as possible. We're going to be using stone skin sets for this to go as a go second team. And I'm going to try to see what I can reach gear and get as close as I can. Then I'm going to take that to the arena. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't work, then I'm going to come back. I'm going to spend masteries. I'm at least going to be able to get down and get a capstone talent down here. And we'll see if I can do it with masteries. And then some of these guys might get booked. I'm probably not booking Gaius, which is problematic if it doesn't work, because we're only a 75% chance of placing bombs. But the strategy for this team is to have Souldrinker go in and die. Souldrinker's passive drops bombs on the enemies. And then Gaius's passive, when he dies, will explode those bombs. Further, Mighty Ukko is here to use her, potentially her A3 and revive the team, but at least the A2, and strip the buffs from the enemy in case they have block buffs on them. And then Yoshi is here to provide an increased accuracy buff onto our team to hopefully make those accuracy levels a little bit more attainable when facing crazy teams that may have 5, 6, 7, 800 resistance. So let's see what we can get. So I have my team plugged in here in HellHades Optimizer. Let me show you what I'm going for. For speeds, I'm going for at least 255 speed on Yoshi and 380 accuracy, along with 4 count of stone skin, which gives a 1 turn stone skin buff for us. And this isn't quite the stats that Ash had, but it's a little bit lower, and I'll be able to hopefully enchant to get close to it depending on the gear. For Ukko, the stats I'm attempting are 240 speed, which in the video he had Ukko go slower than Gaius, but then mentioned in the comment that he had to swap that order to make it flow, and that makes sense. So I'm raising the speed on Ukko to do that. Accuracy at 450, again lower than the goal speeds, but we'll see if it works. And then for sets, he went with a 2 turn of stone skin. I expect I'm gonna have to drop that, but I'm gonna try it for right now and see how that works. For Gaius the Gleeful, we have ourselves a 1 turn of stone skin. That's a 4-piece, along with a chunk of attack, speed, and accuracy. Again, these all numbers are lower than in that other video, which of course will be linked in the description below. I forgot to mention that. That will be linked so you can check out the source content that was the inspiration for this. And then our Souldrinker here is going to be a ton of attack, a little bit of speed. I'm gonna try to get him up to like 170. And then as much accuracy as possible, 500, 600 more if we can. He just needs to be able to land these debuffs. Sets for him are not going to matter because we don't need him to live a turn. He actually needs to die right away and get those bombs off. So let's see if we can find any of these champions with their gear. So I can't. No build found for any of them. So that's problematic, not terribly surprising. Let's get in here and I think we have to go back first. First, we're going to take this down to a 4 set. And keep in mind, I have been doing the Hydra Not at high level, but every week for the entire duration Hydra's been out. So I have as much stone skin as I could realistically get with my guild or with my clan that we have in here. So this is a normal amount of stone. Actually, let's show you. And some of these guys already have stone skin on them, which should help make this easier for us. But like I have a decent amount of stone skin pieces. We're missing some of the slots we don't have a lot of. We don't have a lot of gloves, chests, and boots. We do have a lot of the other half. So this is probably where the weakness is coming for this team. But you'll see there's a lot of 5 and 6 star pieces. There's a ton of mythics and legendaries. So hopefully we can make this work. So in the background, you'll see me kind of zooming through these attempts. I actually took 4 or 5 more goes at it. I'm not going to show this whole process in regular time, and some of it's even cut out because it'd be really boring. I spent like an hour working on this gear. Additionally, I had to go through and actually put in their masteries early because I needed to get Eagle Eye and so forth to even have a chance at getting the stats that I was trying to reach. So masteries are in now. For these guys, we also have, multiple attempts going back trying to get this gear on, and eventually though we finally got something to function, even if a bit weaker than the original video was that we saw from Ash. All right, so we finally got a build to work. It is a bit weaker on the stats than I was hoping, and it does end up stripping our Scathix of a few pieces of gear. But that is just something I'm willing to deal with for this video right now. So I'm going to go get all this gear on these champions and then take them into the arena and see how it plays. So now that we have all these guys geared, let's check this out in action. I did mess this up and recorded a bunch of this on that other screen, so I'm going to have to go through these teams again. Hopefully that works out for you guys, although you won't have seen that mistake. And I'm talking about it for no reason. Let's see how this team works. Okay, we got our bombs out, which is a good start. We're going to get a handful more bombs out. Our Ukko is feared, so Ukko is not going to be able to do the deed and get us rezzed. They got res, which isn't good for us, but there are plenty of bombs. Ooh, let's see if we beat the fear, and we do. Excellent. Let's see. So this will explode some people. Let's just get rid of him right now. So this isn't working so far quite the way that it would be designed to, but it still is functional. It gets the job done. Let's see what else we got. So these other teams' victories here, these are victories that I got with this team. I just, like I said, I had the recording on the wrong screen. Let's try this out and see if we can get through this team. This is kind of a random looking team. I don't think I'd have trouble doing this on one of my normal builds, so I don't expect that I will here either. But I think it's worth showing what's on the screen anyway. So this one we'll see, because Gaius is not booked, that is actually where that fail came in. We did land some of these. Let's detonate some bombs. Oh, we got a sheep on ourselves. Let's see, can we play some bombs? Let's play some bombs. We got a couple off. We're going to get this res going. He is protected. Sheep does nothing, I guess. And he died to the bombs. That is pretty good. That's not a great team. Let's try to find a more standard team. So here's a very standard team that we could be facing, and let's see if this can beat a normal speed team, buff, strip. They actually killed Gaius and not Souldrinker, which is not really how this is supposed to work. So Souldrinker went up. We can bring them back up. They are going to be protected now. Although now we'll see they have a block buffs up. We should be able to strip that here. And we did. I don't know, it's not looking good. That fear happened. And I'm just going to skip to the end of this one. This one does end up being a loss. We aren't able to reapply the poisons after the resurrections and gone off, and the fear was a true fear that blocked our ability forever. See, so this is a very ascended team, a very woke team. Let's see if we can still make it through. So that's actually kind of problematic. Hopefully this will be enough bombs to finish off the enemy team. And it was. So that is a great example of how this team works. When all the bombs are on the team, if they explode due to the death of Gaius, we will actually still get the win. Look at that Gaius damage. So I'm going to show one more team for this video. Let's see this one here. They have a couple dangerous champions, a decent amount of damage, no buff strip, which is nice for this team. However, still potentially a dangerous team under normal conditions. Our fear worked out that time. We got our block buffs out on the enemy team. We got a wave of bombs out. We're going to get a second wave of bombs out, which is pretty nice. Some burn. Doesn't really matter a lot relative to this team. Come on, Souldrinker. Oop. And everybody dies, and everybody dies. And that's how this team goes. All right, so let's go check out their stats and everything. So obviously my stats are a lot lower than in Ash's video. For Yoshi here, we have 255 speed and 430 accuracy. Whereas we were at 268 speed in the video from Ash, although the accuracy is slightly higher on my side. So we'll see that I just couldn't quite get the speed requirements that would make this just a little bit stronger. And my HP is actually incredibly low as well. My Yoshi seems to get targeted. We are, of course, in Stone Skin set. That is the entire point of that. And then we went Eagle Eye for the Masteries. For Gaius, we also went Eagle Eye for the Masteries. And of course, Stone Skin Perception set just happened to be the way that it worked out. We are 213 speed, which is significantly slower than in that other video. However, since his was speed tuned wrong, he mentioned that kind of in a comment. I went slower with this one, both on purpose and also because I didn't really have a choice. To get my attack in a decent place, my accuracy is not high enough at 355. This should be 400 plus. His was 430 with also 500 more attack. So we'll see that this particular champion is very undergeared compared to where it could be to make these runs closer to 100% success rate. Ukko for this team would benefit from going down Eagle Eye. I did go War Master because Ukko's probably going to get used elsewhere, and I wanted to kind of follow as close as I could the format of that example video. Stone Skin set as well. Our health is kind of low for this kind of support champion. Our speed actually should also be a little bit higher. However, this is the best I could get to get also 450 accuracy. The accuracy is in a decent place, although still 50 accuracy lower than the other video. Finally, Souldrinker. Masteries, we went Eagle Eye again. It is kind of the way to go. The sets are random just based on the best stats that we had available. Almost 600 accuracy, which while isn't as high, is still really good, although we are 700 or 800 attack under where this champion should be. We'll see some of those enemies didn't die when this guy's bombs procced, and that's because we're missing a significant amount of attack that just would be nice to have on there. However, despite the fact that my gear isn't quite able to do this, I do want to highlight no books, no books, no books, no books. Without any books, this team is still able to beat 50, 60, 70% of the enemy teams I randomly click on. With a little bit of picking and choosing, you could definitely get a very good success rate with this, and a little bit of extra gear would make that even more significant. So I'm going to call this a win. That was a great video by Ash. The team comp is excellent. And of course, just getting some of these, books on these champions. I'm probably going to book Souldrinker just for this Clan v Clan that's going on as I make this video. Not during this video, of course, but because it's a good champion. This is a good team. I think this team is worth investing in. I'm also going to book Ukko again for the Clan v Clan as well. It isn't necessary to make this team function, but getting a 100% chance to remove buffs is going to be very nice. So whatever you saw here is just going to get better as you're able to put more resources into this team. It's pretty good. I like how it feels. It's definitely a fun arena team. It's fun, particularly on those few times when I actually died, but because the bombs went off and were able to do enough damage, the enemy team dies too. I'm definitely going to be trying to put more resources in, get my bombers a bit more attack so that we're able to, when we die with all the bombs on the enemy team, it's almost surefire going to be a victory. So what do you think about this team? Is there a version of this you'd like to see differently? I probably can't make it with Stone Skin set because I'm pretty much tapped out on all the Stone Skin. Between these three champions that I have here and my Cardinal for a different Go Second team, there's not much good left in my Stone Skin that's available. However, I'd still like to hear the feedback. I'd like to hear if you like this video. It did take kind of a long time to make. A lot of like 20 million silver probably went into the gearing, maybe a little bit more, obviously all the masteries and so forth for these champions. But I think it was worthwhile. I think the video could be interesting. I'm hoping you guys learned something from it. I did. I now have a new team I get to use because of this. Again, thanks Ash for the idea. And this has been an alternate image raid video. So if you like, if you love it, sub if you want to see more like this. There's definitely going to be more realistic tunings of other creators and whales videos and so forth coming in on this channel. So drop a sub and smash bells and whatever if you want to see more of that stuff. And if you dislike the video, smash the dislike button as it's still engagement for the channel. And as always, have a great day.